300 warships. 200,000 sailors. For separate engagements across 100,000 square miles of ocean. This is the Battle of Leyte Gulf. The biggest naval battle in history. The largest naval battle in history ended in decisive Allied victory. This is Battle of Leyte Gulf. October 1944. Philippines, Leyte Gulf. A battle is about to begin that will change the course of the war. On one side, United States and Australia. Commanded by Admiral Halsey. Against them, Japan. Led by Admiral Toyota. Both sides know what is at stake. To understand this battle, we need context. MacArthur was returning to the Philippines. Japan committed everything it had left to stop the invasion. The result was the largest naval battle in history. United States and Australia had assembled a powerful force. 8 fleet carriers, 8 light carriers, 12 battleships, 24 cruisers, 141 destroyers. Japan was equally prepared. For carriers, 9 battleships, 14 cruisers, 35 destroyers. The stakes could not be higher. A defeat here would be catastrophic for either side. Admiral Halsey studied the situation carefully. Every decision now could mean victory or disaster. Admiral Toyota was confident. The plan was set. There was no turning back. The men on both sides knew that many of them would not survive what was coming. Japan's plan was desperate but clever. Use their remaining carriers as bait to lure Halsey's fleet away, then 2 surface forces would attack the landing beaches. Admiral Kurita's center force was the hammer. 5 battleships including the mighty Yamato and Musashi, 12 cruisers, and 15 destroyers. Nishimura's southern force would hit from below through the Surigao Strait. Shima's force would follow. A pincer attack on the vulnerable transports. Ozawa's northern force had 4 carriers with almost no planes. Their only mission was to die slowly and visibly, drawing Halsey north. On October 23, American submarines Darter and Dace ambushed Kurita's fleet. They sank 2 heavy cruisers and damaged a third. The next day, Halsey's carrier planes found Kurita in the Sibuyan Sea. They focused on the super battleship Musashi. Musashi absorbed 19 torpedo hits and 17 bombs before she finally sank. It took the entire day to kill her. Kurita turned away. Halsey assumed he was retreating. But Kurita was regrouping. He would be back. That night, Nishimura's southern force entered the Surigao Strait. Admiral Oldendorf was waiting with 6 battleships in a perfect battle line. It was the last battleship versus battleship engagement in history. Oldendorf crossed the T perfectly. Nishimura's force was annihilated. Meanwhile, Halsey took the bait. He chased Ozawa's decoy carriers north with his entire force, leaving the landing beaches unprotected. At dawn on October 25, Kurita's center force emerged from San Bernardino Strait. Between them and the landing beaches stood only a handful of escort carriers and destroyers. Taffy 3, a group of 6 escort carriers and 7 destroyers, faced Yamato and 4 battleships. David versus Goliath. The destroyers charged straight at the Japanese battleships, firing torpedoes and guns. It was the most courageous naval action of the war. The escort carriers launched everything they had. Pilots without ammunition made dry runs to distract the Japanese gunners. Against all odds, Kurita lost his nerve. Believing he faced Halsey's main force, he withdrew. The transports were saved. Off Cape Anano, Halsey's force caught Ozawa's decoy carriers. All 4 were sunk. The bait had worked perfectly. But Halsey realized too late that he had been tricked. His famous signal, "Where is Task Force 34?" The world wonders. Leyte Gulf also saw the first organized kamikaze attacks. Japanese suicide planes crashed into escort carriers. The 4 battles of Leyte Gulf destroyed what remained of Japan's navy. Japan would never again contest the seas. The largest naval battle in history ended in decisive Allied victory. Japan lost 4 carriers, 3 battleships, and 26 other warships. The Japanese Navy ceased to exist as a fighting force. The cost was enormous. United States and Australia lost 3,000 killed, 1 light carrier, 2 escort carriers, 3 destroyers. Japan suffered even more. 12,500 killed, 4 carriers, 3 battleships, 10 cruisers, 11 destroyers. When the news reached the capitals, the world understood that the war had changed. For the soldiers who survived, this battle would haunt them for the rest of their lives. The commanders on both sides would be judged by history for their decisions here. Military historians would later analyze every move, every decision, every mistake. But for those who were there, no analysis could capture what they went through. Leyte Gulf was the death of the Japanese Navy. It featured the last battleship engagement, the first kamikaze attacks, and the most courageous small-ship action in naval history. The lessons of this battle would influence military strategy for generations to come. Today, memorials stand where the fighting took place. A reminder of what happened here. Books, documentaries, and films have told this story. But nothing compares to the reality. This was Battle of Leyte Gulf. The largest naval battle in history ended in decisive Allied victory. And the world was never the same. The events described here shaped the world we live in today. The events described here shape the world we live in today. The events described here shape the world we live in today. The events described here shape the world we live in today. The events described here shape the world we live in today.